Speaker Lindsay Hoyle cut off Boris Johnson mid-speech during Prime Minister's questions (PMQs). Today, during a heated clash with the SNP's Ian Blackford, Boris Johnson's video link was abruptly cut off mid-speech during PMQs as the Prime Minister argued with the SNP's Ian Blackford. Mr. Johnson was explaining the reasons why Scotland should not be independent when the Speaker handed over to Sir Graham Brady and cut off his video link. It comes just after Mr. Johnson called the SNP the Nationalist Party instead of Scottish National Party, which sparked a telling off from Speaker Lindsay Hoyle. He said, "Could I just say it's the Scottish National Party, not the Nationalist Party? Otherwise, the phones will be ringing." Mr. Johnson interjected, "I am so sorry. They're national but not nationalists." Speaker Hoyle added, "We can play pedantics another time." Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer had asked Mr. Johnson why he said Scottish devolution was a disaster. Sir Keir Starmer said, "Devolution in Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland is one of the proudest achievements of the last Labour government. Until now, whatever our disagreements, there has been a very broad consensus about devolution." So why did the Prime Minister tell his MPs this week that Scottish devolution is, in his words, a disaster? Mr. Johnson replied, "I think what has unquestionably been a disaster is the way in which the Scottish National Party have taken and used devolution as means not to improve the lives of their constituents, not to address their health concerns, not to improve education in Scotland, but constantly, and I know this is actually a point of view that is shared by Sir Keir Starmer, but constantly to campaign for the breakup of our country. To turn devolution, otherwise a sound policy for which I myself personally benefited when I was running London, but turn devolution into a mission to break up the UK, that, in my view, would be a disaster." Sir Keir Starmer added that the single biggest threat to the future of the United Kingdom is the Prime Minister every time he opens his mouth. He continued, "When the Prime Minister said he wanted to take back control, nobody thought he meant from the Scottish people. The Prime Minister's quote is very clear. He said devolution has been a disaster north of the border.